Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is crack10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals. These are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your Affairscloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you are all good. In today's video friends, we will be discussing important current affairs of 5th of July. The session will be very important and I'll suggest you all to watch the video till the end. Apart from this friends, you can follow me on Instagram. My Insta handle is provided here, and any queries related to your government exams, you can contact me on this particular Insta handle. Before moving on to the news of the 5th of July, let's discuss current affairs of the previous day. First question is, which new body has been approved to replace the BBB, that is your Banks Board Bureau? So remember, it was your Financial Service Institution, that is your FSIB. The government has recently decided to set up FSIB, that is Financial Service Institution Bureau, to replace Triple B, Banks Board Bureau. This Triple B was entrusted with the task of selecting candidates for appointments to the senior management level post. Delhi High Court last year ruled that Triple B couldn't select the general managers and directors of the state-run general insurances. So, former Triple B chairman Sharma is set to head the newly body, that is your Financial Service Institutions Bureau. So, the correct option is option 1. Next, which Indian state has launched a new scheme that was named Nariko Naman? This Nariko Naman scheme was launched by Himachal Pradesh. I repeat, Nariko Naman scheme has been launched by which state? Himachal Pradesh. Also recently, drone policies. All drone policies were approved in which state? It was approved in Himachal Pradesh. And if we talk about Uttarakhand, it became the first state to approve drones in the healthcare sector. In healthcare sector, Uttarakhand. So the correct option here becomes option 2nd. Who is the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh? Jairam Thakur has launched this Nariko Naman scheme. It is to 50% concession on buses fares to women that travel within the state. That means if any woman is traveling within the state, then she will be provided with 50% concession on the ticket she purchased, only if she is traveling from one location in the state to other location in that particular state. Next, who is the new president of FATF? Who is the new president? He is T. Rajakumar, and he became the first Singaporean to be appointed as the president of FATF. And this is the organization that releases the grey list. So remember, Pakistan is still on the grey list since 2018, and now UAE was also put on the grey list. What is the grey list? It is the list in which all the countries are put that terror finance. And also remember, it was the first IIT that was developed outside India was also in UAE. Next, what is the total GST collection or GST revenue collection for the June month of 2022? What is the total value? It is 1.45 lakh crore rupees. Alright, GST is your goods and service tax. It is the revenue of June month was 1 lakh 4.5 crore rupees. This is the second highest since the inception of GST 5 years ago. And when was GST launched? It was launched in the year 2017. So the correct option is option 1. Next question. Which union ministry recently launched the Sustainable Development Goal National Indicator Framework Progress Report for the year 2022? Who released it? It was released by Ministry of Statistics, Program and Implementation. I repeat, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has launched this SDG National Indicator Framework Progress Report 2022. It also remember on 29th of June, we observe National Statistics Day, and this National Statistics Day is observed in the memory of or birth and death anniversary of PC Mahalbonis, who was also known as the father of Indian statistics. So these were all your MCQs part. Now let's start with the news of the today. First is Nithyayog. Nithyayog has recently released a mitigation and management of COVID-19 compendium of Ayush Bharat practices from Indian states and union territories. This particular report tells about all the initiatives and practices that were adopted by the states and union territories of India for containing and managing the COVID-19 outbreak. I repeat, if we talk about this mitigation and management of COVID-19 report that was released by Nithyayog, this report tells us about all the initiatives and practices that were adopted by different states and union territories for managing COVID-19 outbreak. If we talk about some of the highlights of this report, this provides information focused on the practices adopted by the various states and union territories of India for strengthening their fight against COVID-19 using Ayush resource and interventions. The compendium has also included a summary of the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India guidelines and the initiatives that were taken. So this compiles of all the initiatives and regulations, the plans that were made, the progresses they were made of states and union territories, and this report was released by Nithyayog. Next, Next, we will be talking about Department of Telecommunication, that is under the Ministry of Communication. They have recently signed an agreement with ITI, that is your Indian Telephone Industries Limited, and Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited to fund the pilot projects under the Universal Service Obligation Fund, that is your USOF. I repeat, recently, in order to fund the pilot project, that is the projects on trial basis under the USOF, which organization have signed together? So DOT, that is an under the Ministry of Communication, have signed with ITI, that is Indian Telephone Industries, and your BSNL, that is Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited. They have recently tied, or they have signed an agreement to fund the pilot project of Universal Service Obligation Fund. Mark this important news. Direct questions will be asked, friends. All right, so pay attention. Apart from this, friends, one more thing. The quarterly session that we have started, all right, it is just for the revision purpose. I have seen many comments of students, they are asking for the detailed explanation of the topic. So if you want to go for the detailed explanation, you want to study the detailed application, then watch our topic wise videos. All right, all the detail and proper detail explanation are given in the topic wise video. This quarterly session was just for the revision purpose, so that you are able to recall, yes, that there was this news was related to this news. In order to cover more topics and more news and revise, this quarterly session was launched. All right, and if you want to just study in the detail, then go for the topic wise video on the monthly basis that we are uploading. Moving on to international affairs. Green Deal. Recently, what is this Green Deal? Recently, European Commission has adopted a proposal to restore the damaged ecosystems and bring the nature back across Europe, from agriculture land and seas to forest and urban environment. The Commission also proposed to reduce the risk of chemical pesticides by 50% by the year 2030. Alright, apart from this, the proposal for the nature restoration law to repair 80% of the European habitats which are in poor condition and to bring back the nature to all the ecosystem. So this is your Green Deal, basically to restore the environment. This was your Green Deal. Apart from this, friends, remember, though they are focusing on this Green Deal, but still recently United States of America has asked their companies to generate power using coal. They have started the production of coal more, and now they are working on developing more coal and manufacturing more coal so that they can come up and meet with the demand of the rising power. Alright, this was your Green Deals recently. So question can be asked that this Green Deal was adopted by which organization? It was European Union, or you can say European Commission has adopted this Green Deal. And it was the proposal to reduce Europe's nature, or to restore Europe's nature by 2050 and reduce pesticides by 50%, the use of pesticides by 50% by the year 2030. Similarly, if we talk about Indira Gandhi International Airport, this was the airport that is the first airport in India that is working completely on renewable energy, and this renewable energy is your hydro energy and solar energy. And they have also came up with a target of 2030 to make this particular Indira Gandhi International Airport carbon neutral. Next we will be talking about a grand hackathon that was recently launched by ONDC. I repeat, ONDC has recently launched a grand hackathon that was to aid eco-commerce adoption in agriculture sector. I repeat, we will be talking about a grand hackathon. Recently, our Union Minister Piyush Goyal has virtually launched a 3-day long grand hackathon that was a hybrid event with the physical event held at the Bombay Stock Exchange, that was held at BSE in Mumbai, Maharashtra. It was organized by ONDC. What is ONDC? It stands for Open Network for Digital Commerce. This is a project that was initiated by DPIIT, that is Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. This was in collaboration with NABARD. Also, friends, the aid and adoption of e-commerce in the agriculture sector and subdivided into Agri-Grant Challenges and Agri-Innovation Hackathon. That means students or the participants who take part in this grand hackathon have to solve problems that are related to your agriculture sector, then e-commerce sector that is included into the agriculture only, that the demand issues. So all these have to be solved under this grand hackathon that was launched by ONDC, that is Open Network for Digital Commerce. All right. So coming back, who organized this? It was organized by ONDC. It was a project that was initiated by DPIT in collaboration with NABARD. All right, and this aids the adoption of e-commerce in the agriculture sector and is subdivided into aggregate challenge and agri innovation hackathon. Here you can see our Union Minister Piyush Goyal virtually launched this 3-day long grand hackathon that was launched at the BSE, that is Bombay Stock Exchange in Fort Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, let's talk about some of the highlights of this project. The aim is to build an open network for buyers and sellers to democratize the current e-commerce ecosystem, particularly the FPOs, mandis, processors, exporters, MSMEs, and the small retailers. This event also includes 1.2 crore rupees reward or financial incentives for winning the participant who will be winning this particular hackathon. All right. So coming back, important thing is who organized it? ONDC. Who were the partner initiated by DPIIT and NABARD. Recently, another data came out regarding the banking frauds of over 100 crore rupees that they have significantly declined in the fiscal year 2022. I repeat, bank frauds including the sum of more than 100 crore rupees have declined substantially, with banking reporting case worth 41,000 crore rupees in fiscal year 21-22 compared to 1.05 lakh crore rupees in fiscal year of 2021. Alright, according to the official data, the number of fraud cases in private and public sector bank has decreased to 118 in fiscal year 2022, that was 265 in the fiscal year 21. So you can see almost double has been reduced, means it is reduced to half. We are seeing less number of banking frauds now. The cumulative amount of PSBs has decreased from 65,900 crore rupees in fiscal year 2021 to 28,000 crore rupees in fiscal year 2022. You can see RBI's efforts to check fraud. They have, in collaboration with the Reserve Bank Information Technology Private Limited, RBI conducted a research in the following year on the implementation of the Early Warning System Framework, EWS framework. It is a select group of scheduled commercial banks. All right, also machine learning algorithms were used to assess the efficiency of this early warning system framework in few banks. So question can be asked that this early warning system was implemented by whom? It was a effect of RBI. It was an effort of RBI to reduce the banking frauds, and this is early warning system, EWS. Next, here you can see, in collaboration with Reserve Bank Information Technology Private Limited, the RBI has conducted research in 21-22 on the implementation of EWS framework, that is Early Warning System Framework. And this EWS framework is working on what type of language? You can say it is working on machine learning algorithms. Then the largest bank fraud investigation by the Central Bureau of Investigation was reported in June 2022 when the agency charged Dewan Housing Finance Limited, its former chairman and managing director Kapil Wadhwan, who is the and director Dheeraj Wadhwan, and other in the new case involving a bank fraud of up to rupees 34,615 crore rupees. All right, this was the bank fraud that was done by Dewan Housing Finance Limited, and they are saying in this particular fraud during the investigation, former chairman and managing director Kapil Wadhwan and director Dheeraj Wadhwa were also charged with the case. Moving on, next we will be talking about Shini Sethi. Karnataka Shini Sethi has been crowned Femina Miss India 2022. I repeat, on 3rd of July, Shini Sethi, she is from which state? She is from Karnataka. She has been crowned as the Femina Miss India World 2022 at the grand finale of VLCC Femina Miss India. Also, this event was hosted at the Geo World Convention Center that is located in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Here only World Congress of Accounts also took place in the Geo World Convention Center that is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next we will be talking about Camp Gowda International Award. Recently, SM Krishna, as you can see him, Narayan Murthy in the middle, and Prakash Padukone on the top right. They have been selected for the Camp Gowda International Award. If we talk about this Camp Gowda International Award, this is a civilian award. Also, it is known as Nada Prabhu Camp Gowda Award. This is also known as Nada Prabhu Camp Gowda Award. This award is presented annually and it is presented on 27th of June every year. As this 27th of June marks the birth anniversary of, or it marks the anniversary of Camp Gowda Day or Camp Gowda Jayanti. Alright, highly important. Nominations are made through a committee on the basis of contribution of civilians towards education, be it education, medicine, sports, media, journalism, theatre, film, music, dance, environment, then judiciary, photography, culture, painting, and many others. Alright. So coming back recently, SM Krishna, Narayan Murthy and Prakash Padukone were selected for the Camp Gowda International Award, that is also known as Nada Prabhu Camp Gowda Award. This award is presented on 27th of June every year, and the other fields that we discussed, they are given in that particular fields. Alright. So remember, former Karnataka's Chief Minister SM Krishna, Infosys founder and IT industry veteran NR Narayan Murthy, and former badminton player Prakash Padukone, they have been selected for this Camp Gowda International Award 2022. This award also carries a cash prize of 5 lakh rupees along with a plaque. Here you can see it is also known by the name Nada Prabhu Camp Gowda Award. It is given on 27th of June every year as it marks the Camp Gowda Day or Camp Gowda Jayanti. Next we will be talking about drones. Indian startup IGG Drones wins the Global Awards Best Drone Organization Award. The Delhi-based learning drone enterprise company IGG Drones, this is the name of the company, IGG Drone won the Best Drone Organization Award under the startup category by Awards. IGG Drones was selected for the award for its approach to helping local communities and providing access to technology to the diverse stakeholders during natural disasters. Awards is the first panoptic global award program of the kind dedicated to identifying, recognizing and championing the breadth of the positive drones use cases from around the world which are innovative, safe and have a real world impact. Also, if we are talking about drones, then you should know first drones or flying cars airport. Where was this set up? It was in UK. It was launched first of its kind drone and flying cars airport that was set up in, or that was launched in, United Kingdom. Alright, and coming back, who won this Best Drone Organization Award under the startup category? That was started by, or that was presented by Awards. This award has been won by Indian startup, that is IGG Drones. Next, Yair Lapid recently has become the Prime Minister of Israel. Highly important. Yair Lapid has been officially declared as the Prime Minister of Israel. He became the 14th Prime Minister of Israel. He will be replacing whom? He will be replacing Naftali Bennett. Who was the former Prime Minister of Israel? Naftali Bennett. Here you can see also that Yair Lapid became the 14th Prime Minister of Israel and he will be succeeding whom? Prime Minister Naftali Bennett. He took the charge of the caretaker government following the dissolution of the Knesset, that is Israel's parliament, until the elections in September 2022, that is expected, not the final date. Moving on. Next is CBSE, Central Board of Secondary Education, has launched Pariksha Sangam. Pariksha Sangam portal was recently launched by CBSE. Direct question and important question, that Pariksha Sangam portal was launched by which organization? It was launched by Central Board of Secondary Education. It was launched to streamline all CBSE board exams and results that are related activities for class 10th and 12th. I repeat, this was launched by CBSE to streamline all CBSE board exams and results related activities for the classes 10th and 12th. It is a one-stop portal for all the CBSE board exam activities. The main objective of this Pariksha Sangam portal was to combine all the exam related processes conducted by school regional offices and the headquarters of CBSE board. Under this portal, information like CBSE circular, latest news of CBSE, reference material, sample papers, model papers, question bank, school result, and other provided also, such as regional offices and head offices information will also be provided on this. The portal has three sections, that is, schools, regional offices and head offices. So these three sections, school is known by the name Ganga, regional office by the name Yamuna, and head office by the name Saraswati. Alright, remember it like this. Then if we talk about who is the chairperson of CBSE, she was appointed recently. She was Nithyayog, is the current chairman of CBSE. It was founded in the year 1929 and the headquarters of this CBSE is in New Delhi. Moving on. Next we are talking about Virgin Orbit rocket has recently launched 7 US defense satellites. I repeat, Virgin Orbit rocket have launched how many US defense satellites? It launched 7 US defense satellites. Alright, a Virgin Orbit's fully mobile Launcher 1 system has conducted its first ever evening flight from a bare concrete pad and a runway at a Mojave Air and Spaceport in California. It took how many satellites? It took 7 US Defense Department satellites. Highly important. You have to remember that 7 satellites were used. This launch was named Straight Up. That was inspired by American singer Paula Abdul's debut studio album Forever Your Girl. Coming back, Virgin Orbit also launched 2 satellites through a joint project of the United Kingdom's Ministry of Defense and the US National Reconnaissance Office from Newark Airport in Cornwall, that is in England. So coming back, if we talk about Virgin Orbit, this company Virgin Orbit is of whom it was founded by British billionaire Richard Branson. It was established in the year 2017 and where is the headquarters? Long Beach, California is the current headquarters of Virgin Orbit. So coming back, what news that you have to remember, that Virgin Orbit rocket took 7 US defense satellites into space. How many US defense satellites were taken by this particular Virgin Orbit rocket? A total of 7 satellites were taken into space and they were of US defense satellites. Similarly, you have to remember ISRO. ISRO carried 3 Singaporean satellites into space using the GSLV rocket. Alright, I correct myself here. This is not GSLV, it was PSLV C-53 rocket that took these 3 Singaporean satellites into space. Moving on. Next, we will be talking about Iran. Iran has launched a solid fuel rocket into space by the name Juljana. I repeat, Juljana was the name of the second solid fuel rocket, Juljana, that was launched into the space by which country? It was Iran. Highly important. Alright. Apart from this Juljana is a 3-stage satellite launcher using a combination of solid and liquid fuels. If we talk about this Juljana, this comes from the name of the horse of Imam Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad. If we talk about Iran, what is the capital of Iran? It is Tehran. Capital currency of Iran is Iranian Rial and the president is Ibrahim Raisi is the current president of Iran. So coming back, this Juljana is of Iran. Moving on, Sainz Jr. has won his first F1 race, his career's first F1 race with the British Grand Prix. I repeat, Sainz Jr. has won his career's first Formula 1 race at the British GP. Alright, so question can be asked, which Grand Prix was the first winning of the Sainz Jr. of his career? It was your British Grand Prix. On 3rd July, Sainz Jr., who is of which country? Spain, has recently won Formula 1 Lenovo British Grand Prix 2022. Alright, highly important. Also, he drives for which company? He drives for Ferrari. He drives for Ferrari. Alright, so coming back, Sainz Jr. won his first career's F1 race with the British Grand Prix. You have to remember this. Also, one more thing, Mexico's Sergio Perez. He is related to which company? He is related to Red Bull. Sergio Perez. Max Verstappen is also related to Red Bull. Alright, and if I ask you Lewis Hamilton is related to Mercedes and he is from Britain. So, Spain's Carlos Sainz Jr. of team Ferrari has won Formula 1 Lenovo British Grand Prix 2020 trophy. And remember, this was held in England and this was his career's first Formula 1 race victory. This is important. That is the reason he is in news, Sainz Jr. Next is a book that is Ganga Reimagining Rejuvenating, Reconnecting. This book was authored by Rajiv Ranjan Mishra and Pushkal Upadhyay. So as the name suggests, this book is based on the Ganga. This book will be published by Rupa Publications India and the name of the book is Ganga Reimagining Rejuvenating, Reconnecting, and it was authored by Rajiv Ranjan Mishra and Pushkal Upadhyay. So you have to remember these names. Alright, highly important. Also, this book will be telling us about all the issues that are faced by National Mission for Clean Ganga team during its task. Alright, next is International Cooperative Day. On 2nd of July, we observe International Cooperative Day. This day is also known as Cops Day. That was observed on 2nd of July. So, Cops Day or International Cooperative Day on 2nd of July with the theme Cooperatives Build a Better World. This was the theme that you have to remember. Cooperatives Build a Better World. Next is your International Plastic Bag Day. We remember that India has banned the plastic and from 1st of July there will be a ban on the single-use plastic in India. So recently also we observed International Plastic Bag Free Day on 3rd of July. I repeat, International Plastic Bag Free Day is also observed on 3rd of July that you need to remember. Here the main aim is to create awareness about the promotion of the use of the paper cloth bags. Next is Odisha. Odisha has recently presented a budget for 2 trillion rupees for the fiscal year 2023 with a focus on infrastructure and education. Highly important, you have to remember friends, recently Odisha presented a budget for 2023. What was the budget? How much was the budget? It was $2 trillion rupees for the fiscal year 23 with a focus on infrastructure and education. Alright. Here 2 trillion can be written as 2 lakh crore rupees. Alright, 2 lakh crore rupees. So remember. Also, the proposed program budget for the fiscal year 23 is the highest in the state budget history and is 33% higher than the budget of fiscal year 2022. That was 1.7 lakh crore rupees and now it is 2 lakh crore rupees. More than 2 lakh crore rupees to be precise. Alright, so Finance Minister of Odisha Niranjan Pujari ji has proposed a 2 lakh crore rupees budget in the State Assembly for the fiscal year 22 to 23 with a focus of strengthening infrastructure, developing education and health sectors and enhancing the livelihoods of the people. Moving on, next is Haryana. Haryana has recently signed with Indian Bank to distribute mobile phones in the state. Also remember, Haryana was the state that was providing tablets also to the school going students of 10th, 11th and 12th class in order to promote their education, in order to digitize the students' life. So this Indian bank has, or you can say Haryana has tied up with which bank, has signed an MOU with which bank to provide mobile phones or to distribute mobile phones. It was Indian Bank. And the reason was, it was to make a digital ecosystem and provide the people the service of UPI, that is Unified Payment Interface. Alright, to provide them this e-UPI system so that they can use their mobile phones to do payments or various stores. Now we are seeing that everywhere we have barcode scanners, be it of Paytm, be it of any UPI ID. Alright, so that people can do transactions easily and without the use of a physical money. What is physical money? The notes that you carry, the currency, in hand currency. These UPIs are using the online transaction that you are doing, the online money. This is the digital money and the physical money is the money that is present in your hand. So remember, Haryana has tied up with Indian Bank to distribute mobile phones in their states. Next, so once friends, these are the all the news that we have to do for the 5th of July. Now once let's revise all the news in one go. Nithyayog has released mitigation and management of COVID-19 compendium of Ayush Bharat practices from Indian states and union territories. This tells about all the initiatives and schemes that was started by states and union territories during the COVID-19 period. DOT has signed an agreement with ITI and BSNL to fund the USOF projects. Then Green Deal, this was a pioneering proposal to restore the Europe's nature by 2050 and reduce the pesticide by 50% by the year 2030. ONDC and NABARD has jointly organized a grand hackathon to promote e-commerce in the agri sector that was launched by Piyush Goyal, and SEBI has extended the deadline for introducing DDPI systems to September 1st of 2022. Next is banking frauds of over 100 crore rupees have now reduced significantly in the fiscal year 2022. Karnataka's Sini Shetty has taken the crown of Femina Miss India 2022. Important. Next, SM Krishna, Narayan Murthy and Prakash Padukone. Remember these three names. They have been awarded with the Camp Gowda International Award 2022, and this award is presented on 27th of June every year. Indian startup IG Drones, remember this name, IG Drones has won the Global Air Awards for the Best Drone Organization Award. They have won the Air Awards Best Drone Organization Award, and the first state to use drones in the healthcare was your Uttarakhand, and all the policies related to drone has been approved in which state? It has been approved in Himachal Pradesh. Yair Lapid has officially become the 14th Prime Minister of Israel, and he will be replacing Naftali Bennett. Next is CBSE. CBSE has launched a portal that was Pariksha Sangam. It is to integrate all the CBSE board exam related activities into this particular portal, that is Pariksha Sangam. Then Virgin Orbit has launched 7 US defense satellites into the orbit from the Boeing 747. Apart from this, ISRO launched 3 Singaporean satellites from the PSLV C-53 rocket. Next, Iran has launched Juljana, a solid fueled rocket into space. Then Formula 1 British Grand Prix was won by Ferrari's Carlos Sainz Jr. and this was the first F1 title for the Ferrari's Carlos Sainz Jr., that is British Grand Prix. Next, a new book that was Ganga Reimagining Rejuvenating, Reconnecting. This book was authored by Rajiv Ranjan Mishra and Pushkal Upadhyay. Next, on 2nd of July, we observe International Day of Cooperatives, and on 3rd of July, International Plastic Bag Free Day is observed. Similarly, remember, Odisha government has presented their budget for the fiscal year 2023 that was of 2 lakh crore rupees. Indian Bank has signed an MOU with Haryana government to distribute mobile phones, and Haryana also signed recently declared a scheme that they will be providing tablets to the school going students of 10th, 11th and 12th class. Alright friends, so these were your one-liner current affairs of today. Now friends, will be giving you homework. I want everyone to do their homework. Homework is very important session. It is a very important part of your preparation, because if you are finding the answer and commenting below, then it is a good revision for all the students who are doing this process. So first question is, which wildlife sanctuary is located of the India's first ever dark sky reserve? So dark sky reserve, where is it located? First question. Second, World Refugee Day was created in which year? Third, Modhera Sun Temple in Gujarat that was recently making news was built during the reign of which dynasty? Modhera Sun Temple. Fourth question, what was the theme of the International Day of Yoga 2022? Also tell me the day on which we observe International Day of Yoga. Next, fifth question, the traditional Slavic festival of Nok Kupali is recently celebrated during which date? Is it winter solstice, summer solstice, solar equinox or spring equinox? Also friends, I will highly appreciate that person who will tell me the days of all these. On which day do we observe winter solstice, summer equinox or spring equinox? Also friend, recently on 4th of July, what did we observe? Can you tell me? It was the day on which the earth was at the longest distance from the sun? Earth was at the longest distance from the sun. Alright, this is your fifth question. And I want someone to definitely tell me what is winter, when do we observe winter solstice, summer equinox and spring equinox. Alright, so friends, that's all for the day. I hope you have enjoyed our session, and if you want us to continue with such sessions in the future, do comment below. I hope you have gained multiple knowledge from today's session and you will be carrying and revising this information in future also. Also friend, we'll make sure that we are revising this current affairs in the future aspects also. Also friends, we have started a quarterly series of the topic wise current affairs. We are bringing multiple sets of those particular current affairs. All those topics that are provided, they are not of single topic. Let me remind you, in the quarterly video, they are the compiled session of all the national awards, international affairs, sports, defense. All the topics are compiled and we will be providing you interesting current affairs so that you are able to remember them also. Alright, that's all for the day friends. Thank you and have a nice day. That's all for the day friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.